My next guest was coming off an impressive UFC debut this past Saturday, getting that decision victory. It's Jeff Molina back here on the program. Jeff, how's it going, man?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
Doing well, but I did not get just an awesome win over the weekend on Saturday. Let's start there first, man. How happy were you with your performance? Because I think you won a lot of fans with that performance you put on there on Saturday night.
Yeah. To be honest, man, I'm not too happy with the performance. But I'm glad I got the debut out the way, man. I'm glad I got 50 G's, man.
Exactly,
I'm glad I got the bonus. So I'm not too mad at it, but I'm definitely not happy with the performance. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But we're always our biggest critic, right? I can understand that for sure.
For sure.
There were a lot of positives, though. The second round, you dropping him. Again, you let your hands go. I'm assuming what you're not happy about was the fact that you got hit a lot in the fight. Was that sort of one of the things? What were sort of your critical points looking back at the fight?
Yeah, absolutely. I got hit a little more than I should have. Man, I had a hard time finding him in the first round. We knew he had a really good sense of range. Nothing surprised me about him in the fight, besides his ability to kind of get out of the way of those low kicks. Man, that was a huge part of the game plan with this guy, was to chop low early and often. And he had a really good sense of range. He was doing like a little butt skew out of the low kicks just to get barely out of range. And he's a nice, tall, long guy that knows the range he needs to be at to get out of the way and to strike. So the proper adjustments had to be made in between rounds, and that is the one thing I am happy about with this fight, or proud of, I guess, was my ability to make an adjustment in the heat of battle. I think that's a very underrated thing that's talked about in this sport, and only high-level fighters do. Again, not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm not happy with the performance, but I am happy that I was able to do that. I think fighters like the fight that comes to mind is Henry Cejudo versus Moraes. The adjustment he had to make it in between the first and second. The really good guys can do that in the heat of battle, and it's very difficult to do, again, because you're in a fist fight. But I think the people like John Jones that make adjustments. The DJs, Demetrius Johnson's really good at making adjustments on the fly. And I was happy with my ability to do that, but I can't take all the credit for that myself. That was Coach of the Year, James Krause. He's a cheat code to have in your corner, and I'm just glad I got to have my coaches this week for Fight Week.
I like that, cheat code. I've never heard that before. I think that's very accurate with James, who's been on a roll with your team lately, and obviously the performances speak for themselves as well. Was there anything that surprised you in the fight that you weren't anticipating? I mean, James can make the best game plan in the world, but when you're actually in there can be some things maybe that you weren't expecting. Did that occur in this fight?
No, I guess the only thing was his ability to get out of the way for those low calf kicks, man. They were a huge part of the game plan. When they didn't work, I was like, fuck, something needs to change. And, I think the cameras did pick it up in between the first and second. I was very aware of, my primaries, the stuff that I planned on using in this fight wasn't working. I wasn't finding it. So I knew something needed to change, and I look at James and I say, tell me what to do. Or I say something along those lines. I say, what do you want me to do? And he tells me, and I went out and did that. I did exactly what he told me to do. He said three or four things. I'm not going to list them just because they're, again,
of course,
cheat
top
codes,
secret.
But,
we don't want, I get it.
You can go watch the fight, and I'm sure you can hear some of it. But, I went and did just that in the second and third round. But we knew exactly what he was going to do. We knew he was big, tall for the weight class, hits hard, and walks people down. So we knew that was the thing, and we weren't wrong. We knew he was going to try to walk me down. I wish I would have met him with bone on bone a little earlier when he was trying to walk me down, meaning elbow or knee, when he was trying to walk me down. And I definitely, I guess my biggest critique with my fight was I wish I would have wrestled more, man. I wish I would have grappled more. I think my grappling's underrated. And I got taken down once or twice in the fight. So I'm not happy with that. But, man, I'm only going to get better from this. Again, I got my debut out of the way. I'm 50 G's richer. And, it's valuable cage time, man. Anytime you can get 15 minutes inside the UFC cage, fighting at the highest level, you're only going to get better.
Two quick things on the fight. First, you sort of talked about it there. Did you have jitters in the fight, do you feel? Do you think that contributed to maybe some of the things you weren't happy with?
No, to be honest. I don't know why I said that. I was pretty out of it, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Heat of the moment, adrenaline, all that stuff.
Dude, I'm a fucking idiot and decided at the last 10 seconds to point to the ground and channel my inner Max Holloway and just slug. And he clipped me very, very, probably the hardest I've ever been hit in a fight. I was rocked for sure. And I'm glad two judges still get, I think all three judges gave me a 10-8 in the third, but I was hurt there at the end, man. And it's just because, well, when you point to the ground and then you just kind of duck your head and start winging, you're going to get hit. So that's one thing I don't want to say I regret doing it, because I think it played part in me getting 50 Gs. Like, on one hand, it's like, that's very stupid of you to do when you're decisively whooping this dude's ass in the third round. On the other hand, like, would I get a fight of the night bonus having not done that? Maybe, maybe not. So it makes the 50 Gs does make the brain damage a little more worth it, but I'm never doing that again, man. It was cool. It was almost like movie-like. Hearing the fans like erupt when you point to the ground, you're like, let's go. It's cool. But I want longevity in the sport, man. I'm 23 years old. Been doing this since I was 14. It's not the year of the car, it's the miles. I don't have many miles on me, but I will if I keep fighting like that. So from here on out, it's performance of the night and not fight of the night.
Did you find that you got a bunch of fans from social media, like, after that fight? Because, again, everyone was watching it. The crowd was there. Like, did you notice on your social media you got a bunch more followers from that performance?
I did. Yeah. Funny enough, I just told my buddy I got tagged in a post. Some page on Instagram specifically they'll screenshot the amount of followers you have, and then screenshot it after the fight. And then they keep track of that. So they tagged me in it, and I just saw it, and it said, like, I had a 210% like markup. Nice. Of like I think it was like 8,500 followers or something. Which is cool, man. Like, I've always said that my fighting style is very fan friendly. It's I would want to watch me fight, you know, like it's always been that way. And I knew with Archie Long, I think is how you pronounce his name. It was going to be a barn burner, you know. It was going to be that type of fight. He comes forward, I come forward, we were going to crash, and we got into a couple car accidents, you know.
What are you going to do with the 50K?
It's a good question, man. I'm fortunate enough to have someone like James Krause, who's not only an MMA wizard, but a financial wizard, you know. A lot of fighters don't come from money. I don't come from much, man. So when fighters get what they think is 50 Gs, which really not after taxes, percentages are paid out and stuff. It's a lot less than that. But they go off and spend it on something stupid. So I want financial freedom from this game. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hopefully invest this into real estate maybe. I think that's the move. But again, I'll talk to James and we'll figure it out together.
When are you looking to get back in there?
Soon, man. I kind of came into this fight a little banged up. I had 3 camps back to back. So as long as it's nothing serious, soon.
Okay. And any opponents in mind, or you leave that up to your coaches and management?
I did have a call out, but the dude retired. Jimmy Flick is the guy I wanted to fight.
Okay. I
feel like my grappling's underrated, and rightfully so. Again, I got taken down twice in this fight, and I feel like I should have wrestled more with this guy. But he retired. I wanted the winner he was going to fight the great value Figueroa, and I wanted the winner of that matchup. I'm not sure. I think Figueroa got rescheduled. I'm not sure who he's fighting, but the winner of that, I don't really care, man. Whoever James says yes to, I say yes to. So I tell Krause, if you like it, I like it. So he doesn't even have to ask me, man. Just tell me the day, and I'll be there.
Love it. I wanted to ask you about a couple fights that are happening this weekend. We've got one in a division up from you. Merab Dvlaishvili taking on Cody Stamann. Merab Dvlaishvili minus 240 on Fanduel. Cody Stamann plus 190. Who do you like in that fight?
I really like that fight, man. I'm a fan of both of them. I got Merab, man. I do think Cody is bigger than Merab, and I wonder if that's going to kind of play a factor in the fight, because Merab's style is to forward pressure, push you up against the fence, and take you down off the fence. I wonder if he's going to have a hard time taking Cody down. I know for sure he can control Cody, just because Merab's control on top is like top notch, man. He's really fucking good there. But I wonder if he's going to have a hard time taking him down. Merab's one of those guys that can go all day cardio-wise. So gun to my head, I'm going Merab.
Co-main event, Giga Chikadze minus 194 against Cub Swanson, the underdog, plus 156 in the featherweight division. Who do you like in that one? Because that's an interesting one, right? Like Giga Chikadze, good record, younger guy.
What's trains the date on that?
It's, sorry, what's the, you're saying the odds?
No. When is that fight happening?
It's happening this Saturday.
Oh,
it's a co-main
man.
event. Yeah, all these are happening this Saturday. So Giga Chikadze,
right
co-main event,
Dude,
Cub Swanson, plus 156. Who do you like in that fight? Because that's interesting.
Man, Cub is coming off a win, yeah? Like
Daniel Pineda finished Daniel Pineda in his last fight.
That's right. Man, it's hard to count Cub out, especially coming off a win like that. The vet, it's been around since Nam. The Giga guy, he's good, man. His striking is. I'm interested to see what Cub's game plan is. If he chooses to fit in and maybe wrestle early to kind of take some sting off his punches and then try to strike with them, or if it's just going to be a kickboxing fight from the get go. I'm going to go with Cub just because he's battle tested, man. I know Giga's he's not new to the UFC, but he definitely hasn't fought the level of competition Cub has.
Very well said. Yeah, I sort of am looking at that as well in terms of the matchup. It's that's something definitely I could see people overlooking that. Where Cubs, he's been in there.
Where's it at on the card? Is it?
It's the co-main event. It's the co-main event.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take Cub on that, man. He's been there. I wonder if Giga will feel the pressure of that co-main status.
Yeah, we'll have to see. And then, of course, the main event, Jiri Prochazka, Dominick Reyes, light heavyweight division. Jiri Prochazka, the favorite, minus 132. Dominick Reyes, the comeback, plus 108. Yuri's obviously the guy who came over from Ryzen, knocked out Volkan Ozdemir, so now he's got another big fight against a highly ranked guy. And Dominick Reyes needs a win. He's coming off 2 losses to John Jones and Jan Blachowicz. So who do you like in that fight?
Yeah, man, that's a tough one. There's a lot of variables. I wonder how Reyes is going to come back after that loss. He got knocked out, and man, you can only get hit like that so many times. Again, you want longevity in the sport. I wonder how he's going to come back from that. I'm not sure how long ago that fight was. I feel like it's been a while, though.
It was, because Jan's fought Adesanya since then, right?
Yeah,
so,
and
this fight was actually supposed to take place earlier in the year. There was some issue; they had to reschedule it. So both guys haven't fought in a while. I want to say Reyes. I want to say Reyes last fought. I want to say September, like in the fall, and Jiri fought even before that. So both have a bit of a layoff coming in here.
Yeah, man. Yuri's been on one, and that dude is talented, man. He's really fucking good. I'm going to take Jiri on that. There
you go. Jeff, thanks so much for doing this, man. Always a pleasure. Just remind people where they can get a hold of you on social media to get those followers up even more. And if you got any shout-outs or sponsors, the floor is yours.
Yeah, J Molina _125 on Instagram and Twitter. I'm not on Twitter much, but I might start to be. Just that's Instagram, Twitter, and then sponsors, man. Major Pack, they've been with me from the Amy days. Clint the Barber out of Pedro's Barbershop in Olathe, again, been with me since the Amy days. Kiko Arcio, he's my tattoo artist out in Vegas. Been with me since the Amy days. He's the man. And that's it, man. And thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure talking to you, James. I told Mike this earlier, and I think I told you this last time, but huge fan of both your guys' work. I think you guys are amazing journalists.
I appreciate that. Mike's a good buddy of mine, so I'm in good company there. That's good to hear, man.